Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video, we're going to show you how to change out the Kenmore Dryer terminal and wire kit. It's going to be a very easy repair, and it'll only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the wire nuts and the wires with the terminals. The terminal and wire kit is used to repair the terminal block in the back of the dryer. The main reason you'll be changing it out is if it's failed and the dryer's not getting any power. In order to change the part, we have to go around to the back of the dryer. Now that we're on back, we're going to remove this access panel so we can get to the terminal block. We're going to use a 1/4-inch nut driver to take out the screw. Once you have it out, you just have to pull the tab out of the other side and set it aside. Once you have the access panel off, we can see the terminal block. The power cord on our dryer is a 3-wire. Yours may be a 4-wire. It may have an additional green ground wire, and it may have an extra wire going to the middle terminal, the silver terminal. If yours has that and it's different than ours, you can just take a picture of it so you can remember where everything goes. Next thing we're going to do is use a 1/4-inch nut driver to remove the screws that hold the power cord on. Want to make sure you don't drop the screws inside. Once you have those out, we're going to use a Phillips screwdriver to take out the screws that hold in the strain relief. Once you have the screws out, we can pull off the power cord and the strain relief. Then we're going to use the 5/16-inch nut driver to take out the grounding screw. And the Phillips screwdriver to take out the screws that hold the terminal block to the dryer. Once you have the screws out, we can pull the terminal block out so we can access the wires. Now that we have the terminal block out, we have to take out these ends from the block. They're held in by locking tabs that we're going to have to press on with a small flathead screwdriver so we can then lift these terminals out. So we're just going to turn it around and press them so you can pull the terminals out. Once you have them bent over, you can turn back over and just push down on these and then totally down and out, and then grab the nut. Once you have them all free, we can pull the terminal block off the dryer. Now we're going to cut the old terminals off. We're just going to use some wire cutters. Cut them off right about here so we have space to splice it in. And then we have the 3-wire cord. So we have this double wire that comes out. So we're just going to cut it up here right above the insulator. And then we can do the black one. Once you have all the wires cut, we're going to carefully reach in and pull this white one out of this bundle right here so we can have a little bit extra length to put the wire nut in there. Now we're going to strip the wires back. We want to strip them back about a 1/2 inch or so we can connect them to the new wires. We're going to use some wire strippers to remove the insulation. Here's the old terminal and wire kit next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. Since we're changing out a 3-wire power cord, we're going to use the white and green double wire. If you're doing a 4-wire, you have to use the single white. Before we can put the new wires in, you want to use the 1/4-inch nut driver and take out the nut and screws. Can't put it together with those in. Make sure you do it to all the wires. Now we're going to put the new wires on. We're just going to use the wire nuts to connect them. We're going to go white to white first. Make sure you twist them down enough so you get a good connection. And we're going to do the black one and the red one. Once you have the wire nuts on, we can push the wires up into the cabinet and use some electrical tape to hold them in there. Now that we have the wires wrapped up, we can put the terminal block in. In order to put it in, when you're looking at the little terminals right here, you see this little tab right here that holds the nut in. So you're going to have to set each nut like that in the block and then tilt it so it goes in the up position, and then make sure that the tab goes underneath like that. So you're going to put it in and then pull it up and lock it in while the nut's in the up position. Once you have that one in, we can do the other two. The white one goes in the center, and the red one goes on the other side. Once you have all the wires in the terminal block, we can just push the block up into place. And you want to make sure that the ground wire is put in the same place it was before. And then once you have it in, we can use the Phillips screwdriver to put in the screws. Then we can use the 5/16" nut driver to put in the grounding screw. Once you have that on, we can reconnect the power cord. To put it in, we're just going to feed it through the opening on the dryer and bend it up to the terminal block. And then you want to make sure you put them on the same ones you took them off. And we're going to use the 1/4-inch nut driver to put in the screws. When you put these in, you want to make sure they're nice and tight. You don't want any problems from them being loose. Now we can put the strainer relief on. We're just going to push the cable in a little bit so it's not tight right here. And then one half of the strainer relief goes on the top and the other half on the bottom. In our case, there's 2 different size holes. You want to make sure the smaller one's in the bottom so the screws will catch. Once you have it in place, we can use the Phillips screwdriver to put in the screws. To put the access panel back on, we're just going to slide the tab in on that side and push it over. And we can use the 1/4-inch nut driver to put in the screw. Once you have it on, we can plug the dryer back in and take it for a spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.